What's up, everybody?
Oh,
What is going on?
And it's another NFC East show. And we're sitting here. And there's only three of us tonight, and that's okay. Keith may stop in if he has the opportunity. He gave us a call, told us he was had a little bit held up. And it behooved him to let us know beforehand. So we are here, and it's only the three of us. The three, I guess we could say the three best teams in the East right now. Anyways, so it doesn't matter. Starting with me in number one spot, the Giants in number two, and Dallas in number three.
Let's get it.
And of course, we are streaming on the Northeast Streaming Sports Network on YouTube and Facebook, and of course on Zodiac TV. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing?
Oh man, I'm still coming off of cloud nine from that awesome fight on Sunday. Yeah,
There was a fight on Sunday.
I mean, if you want to call it that.
I don't call it a fight when it's a YouTuber.
Right. I don't call it a fight when you're helping the other person up, or as I should say, curtsing with the other person.
That I guess I can understand that a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's what they were doing. They were dancing in the middle of the ring after Mayweather knocked them out. Go figure.
Yeah, well, I kind of figured that was going to happen. I didn't believe that it was going to be anything that anybody was going to need to write home about at all.
No. I knew something was up when they were talking about what was it? The first three rounds weren't judged or some mess like that. I'm like, what? That's like the first time I heard that. And then, well, first off, let me say this: I did not pay for it. Everybody on TikTok was showing it.
I don't have to pay for it either.
Yeah, I admit I was a sucker. I paid for a couple Mayweather's fights. I don't know if I paid for him to see if he was going to lose or how he was going to win. I don't know. But what I do know, I'm so glad I did not pay for this last one. So glad.
Well, I can believe that. You know what I mean? It's like I kind of knew it wasn't going to be anything great. You know what I mean? Like it was going to be one of those, exhibition fights. I was actually a little bit more interested once I found out that Chad Ochocinco was going to be, or I guess it's Chad Johnson again. He went back to Johnson. Was the undercard.
That was actually hilarious. I mean, he ended up. I didn't see that one, but I heard he ended up winning anyway.
No, he did not win.
Really? Somebody told me he won.
He did not.
Oh, okay.
In fact, he got knocked down at one point. He got back up, and it went to a draw. And that's what happens when it's unsanctioned. They don't go to cards. It's just a draw.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So, but since you're talking about that, since that was brought up right now, let's talk about that. Who would you want to see throughout all of? If we were to make a boxing match between the teams, and you had one guy that you would have to call up and say, okay, this is our boxer, and it'll go up against your boxer. And we're going to start off. Everybody will be able to, you can go ahead and put one up. We'll go one from the offensive side and then one from the defensive side. And then one special teamer kind of, or like just special guy. So I'll start off with this one. And I'll say from the offensive side, if I was to do an all-time Eagle that I would want to be a boxer. See, first initially I would go. I think Herschel Walker because he was a boxer and he did MMA. I think all of us could use him, couldn't we? So if any one of the other teams can use him, it cancels out. Can't use that guy. So let's go. I would go with either Lane Johnson or Yeah, and I think of John Runyon.
Yeah, John Running's a good one. All time though, all time.
It could be all time. So, and that's what I'm saying. Why don't? And then who would you put up against him? So, who are you going to be putting up? We'll go present, and then we'll go past as well.
Well,
So,
I want to say this. What I'm about to mention, it was about to happen. I would love to see Gerard Bunch versus Herschel Walker. I actually had Gerard Bunch on one of my Pond Truce one time, and when the name, well, actually, I mentioned to him that he's a black belt, and I'm like, you're a bad man, and he had mentioned, I was going to fight Herschel.
I had to throw that one up there.
What does a Dallas Cowboy fan do when his team wins the Super Bowl? I like that. I do want to give a shout out to Andrew. Apparently, we live in his head rent free. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Herschel Walker is actually still in the MMA. I mean, he's still going to his classes and everything like that. And I give that guy a lot of props. He's in his 50s.
Yeah, and Jared Bunch still looks good too. I mean, they could still, although he just had, I think he had knee surgery not too long ago. I think it was knee surgery. Yeah.
I guess for my primetime guy, it would be Randy White.
Randy White, and that's a defensive guy. I got some people here. Keith Byers on the offensive side, and Andre Wooders. I mean, I loved Andre Wooders. He's actually, and this is almost like sacrilege as an Eagles fan to be able to say this, but he's my favorite number 20. Yeah, I know that Brian Dawkins was number 20, but I mean, I grew up with Andre Wooders, and watching him putting the hits on people, and it's a shame how his life ended. You know what I mean? It was, with the CTE, really.
Right. Yeah.
Now
we're talking defensive side of the ball.
Like I said, I started with the offense, but we could do defense too. We could talk defense. We are open forum today. You know what I mean? We don't have to have any specific type.
Well, all I got are brutes on my side on the offense.
I would love to see LT versus the following.
Joe Theismann.
Right. Will the real Joe Theismann please stand up? No, I'm kidding. That's sad. I shouldn't have done that. I would love to see LT against Too Tall Jones, against the late great Reggie White, the late great Jerome. You know what? I want to see LT against everybody. I can't even name any names because I know LT of old. He'd be like, "You're next." Well, his fingers taped up and ready to go. So, actually, I'm gonna throw this in. I'm gonna flip back to offense. Phil Simms versus Joe Montana.
Oh,
I'd pay to see that. I'd pay to see that.
You know what? If I had to do that, I would say I'd do Phil Simms versus Jaworski, actually.
Right? Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Randall.
Or Joe Theismann, Doug Williams, Danny White. Phil Simms against Jay Schrader. We all know who's winning that one. I mean, Phil would just. I mean, that's not even.
I haven't heard that name Schrader in a while.
I throw a little curveball in there.
So on the defensive side, I mean, I guess like Jerome Brown, I think would have probably been the better one. See, Reggie White was too much of a peaceful guy.
Yeah, but when you piss him off, though, I mean, I'll tell you what. I knew Reggie White was one hell of a defensive force, but good God, did you see what he did in that Super Bowl? Did you see the way? He manhandled that offensive line.
Yep.
God,
Yeah,
what, two sacks? I think it was.
yeah, that was one of the better ones.
Let's see, why is Tom Coughlin glad Plexico shot himself in the leg? It was the first time he shot off something other than his mouth. Oh my God.
Man,
You guys,
We got a whole bunch of stuff coming through tonight.
you
Yeah,
guys,
we got some comedians all over the place.
yeah, they're like, thank you. I'll be here all week. No, really, I live here. I'll be here.
So if I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
of coaches, because like when I think of special teamers, I think of Viseka. So and like he was the guy because of how he was boxing the the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the sideline coaches, they were. It's fun seeing them on the sideline when the camera catches them, what they're doing, what the emotions that they're going through, see how they're treating their players.
And if I was talking about a coach, like a head coach who I'd want to box, if I was going to have him call out against, it would have to be Ray Rhodes. I think Ray Rhodes beat all of your coaches.
Ray Rhodes. You know what? I think he probably have killed some people. Before
Him or Buddy Ryan. And Buddy Ryan.
Oh, you know Buddy Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one of the best heated moments as a head coach, Mike Singletary.
Oh, yeah. I can't coach him. I can't win with him. Do you think that was more of a show, though? I mean,
no, I think that was from the heart. That was from his heart.
Yeah, I agree with that. That was definitely. I want winners. You know, I mean, that's real. I mean, that's real. And how do you? And I agree with that statement. You know, it's like I've been saying that a long time. It's like there's certain guys that just do not know how to get over the hump.
Right.
You know, and if they don't get over the hump, they just don't get over the hump. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. Yep. You know, so until you do it, you don't know how to do it. And that's the reason why. And that's the reason why Tom Brady wins so many times.
Yeah.
It's like he just knows what it takes to do and does it.
Yeah, lead from the front.
And that I mean, and that's another thing. Well, now that we threw out Brady, what is it that separates guys like the Bradys, the Montanas, the Mannings, the Aikman? Yeah, I did say Mannings and the Aikmans, that they have this persona of winning that, you know, even quarterbacks that had one Super Bowl, like the Dilfers and the Rippians, and even the ones that you thought they could win one, like the Morenos and the.
It's because, in my opinion, it's because they believe in
and the Kellys.
They believe in the players that are around them. They seek that leadership role, and they want those guys to say, hey, if you do this, you get this. And that, I mean, look how he brought Antonio Brown in the system.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted Antonio Brown, but he knew that he can win with him.
And and Antonio knew he could win with Tom as well.
Exactly. Not just in New England, in Tampa as well.
Yeah.
He knows what it takes to win. That's why he believes in the players that are around him. And if he believes in the players around him, you're going to win. That's what leadership's all about. Making everyone believe in the system.
So this weekend, I was talking to somebody, and they showed me a speech that they actually texted over to me that I started to read. I said, listen, I'd like for you to film this. I'm going to read it out loud. And when she went to film it, she hit the button twice or whatever, and it didn't film any of it. And it was great. It was a great read, but it was specifically what Tom Brady said to his team before they before they started the season. And I'll read it now. Just to give you a whole article here, but this is exactly what he said. He said the coaches were so impressed by this that they filmed it, and it was like one of those things. But here's what he said. Everybody knows how I feel about this country. We're the luckiest people on earth to live here, and we should be showing gratitude for it every single day. This brings me to kneeling for our flag and our anthem. You could probably guess that I'm not for it. It's an insult to our soldiers, to our veterans, to our president, and to every single citizen who does what they can do every single day to make this country as great as it is. It's a disgrace, and as far as I'm concerned, an act of treason. I won't stand for it. I won't stand for your kneeling. Let me be perfectly clear. If anybody on this team kneels, I walk. I will be off the field and out the door in an instant. Don't test me. And remember, I won 6 Super Bowls. I am the best. You guys are nothing without me. Nothinng. I am this team.
I don't believe you said that. I don't believe you said that.
Okay.
Not for one word. I don't believe you said that, because this narrative that it's against the country, no, I'm going to call BS. I'm going to call bullshit, because the fact that we are veterans and we sworn to protect the Constitution against foreign and domestic, and the mere notion that it's treason because we're observing our constitutional right, bullshit.
Just because you feel differently does not mean that he said that.
No. Hold on. Now, no, because now I'm gonna say this, and then I'll get off my soapbox. What's treason is what happened January 6th. That's treason. That is, the insurrection was treason. Because I'm observing my
no, stop.
No,
you're getting political. You're getting political here.
Well,
I have a complete opposition. We can go back and forth. We can call this the political East today if we want to.
If that's what you want to do, but I'm just stating it. I'm not saying I'm for kneeling. I'm not saying I'm against it. It's irrelevant. It's your American right to peacefully protest. The only person that has a say, if they like it or not, is the owner of the San Francisco 49ers, which they did. About Kaepernick. And the only person that has an actual say is the owner of the New England Patriot, because he could penalize that person. No, I call BS. I don't think he said that. I don't believe, and you want to know why I feel this way? Tell me Drew Brees did not get a lot of heat nationally. And you mean to tell me Tom Brady wouldn't get that same heat? No, I call BS. I'm sorry.
Okay. I believe that he said it.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. That's okay. You know what else? You know what else I know, though? None of Tampa Bay's team knelt the entire season.
That don't mean anything.
You're right. It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything other than the fact that at least it gives a little bit of credence to the story.
No, it don't.
Okay.
I can't see Tom Brady talking about, I won 6 Super Bowls, I'm gonna walk. No, I don't believe it one bit. I don't.
Okay. You don't have to.
No, I don't, and I won't. I mean, I for someone to tell me, that's like telling everyone, stop going to church because it's against our country. It's stupid. It's stupid. I mean, it's the same principle with Tebow kneeling and Kaepernick kneeling. It's their God-given American right, their constitutional right. Bottom line. And the reason why I'm passionate about this is because I have friends, and I don't know if you have friends, Jamie, that have died for that oath that they took in foreign land and in suicide in their homeland with PTSD.
Oh, I have plenty.
You know what? Matter of fact, I wish Tom Brady would say that. I wish he would. I wish he would. You mean to tell me not one player would have came out and said, What Tom? No, that's BS. Somebody made that. Matter of fact, text me that speech. I'm going to do some research. And if it ain't BS, I'll say, you know what? He said it. But if it is BS, oh, you bet your damn Willie, I'm going to say it's BS. God, dog. Jay, how the hell you going to get me all pissed off? And ain't even 8 o'clock. It's not even 8:30 yet.
It's Wednesday. It's good enough.
Oh, my God. I wish Tom Brady would. I wish if I was in that locker room, I'd be like, Tom, take your 6 rings and go F yourself. That's exactly what I would have said.
Right.
Shit, tell me. And Jamie, I'm sorry. You okay? Well, I'm wrong for saying this, but since I started, I'm going to say it. But I'll admit I'm wrong for saying this. You being a grown man, you being a vet, anybody, that's like someone telling you not to buy guns.
Well, I don't buy guns, but that's beside the point.
You don't?
No.
Oh, no. Okay, well, that's like someone making you buy guns.
And what my feeling about it is really irrelevant to the story. It really is irrelevant to the story. I actually don't care if you kneel or not. It doesn't faze me in the slightest bit. I don't pay attention to what these guys who make millions of dollars have to say. They don't pay attention to what I got to say. You know, and most of the time I sound a lot more intelligent than they do.
I'll tell you what, if this story is true, Tom Brady gonna hear from me some way or another. He gonna hear from me. Shit. I wish he would.
I'm sure it's satire. I'm sure it's satire.
I wish he would.
I didn't realize it was going to get so under your collar.
Somebody tell and let me get
a little closer to you. Let me get a little closer to you.
Yeah. I mean, look. If I serve a country where people can protest and say they will not replace us and express that as their First Amendment right, I'll be damned if someone says that we cannot kneel. Again, I mean, I'm not saying I'm for or against it. Like you said, it's irrelevant. But I'm sorry, as a vet, I take my oath and I take our Constitution seriously. And I think, like I said, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm an American. And I believe a lot of people have forgotten that. And being a patriot is a love of country, not one person. And again, we forgot about that. So I think we need to get back to basics.
So since we're going to dwell on this a little longer, I might as well add my 2 cents since you didn't get off your soapbox when you said you were going to.
It was a 3-step thing. It was a 3-step. I was on my 2nd step, and on the way back, I was like, "Oh, by the way, okay, go ahead."
I personally didn't serve for anybody else. I served for myself. I decided to go into the military because I wanted to go into the military because I wanted to serve my country. When people tell me thank you for your service, I don't know what to say afterwards,
right?
Because the hard part for me is that I didn't serve for them. You know what I mean? I served for them all, kind of. You know what I mean? I did that because I wanted to be a part of, a part of that in total. But ultimately, I didn't serve because of anybody specific. You know what I mean? And if the real reason on what got me started to think about that in the first place, it was back in like 3rd and 4th grade when I saw the movie An Officer and a Gentleman. So it's like, as goofy as that sounds, you know what I mean? Yeah, from like 3rd and 4th grade all the way to say, hey, listen, I'm gonna go in the Navy after I get out of high school, and I did it. You know what I mean? And I just did it. You know what I mean? Because that's what my plan was. I was always going to go into the military afterwards. So, like I said, I didn't do it for anybody else. I did it for myself. So, all being said,
I actually come from a family. My dad served 22 years, retired. My my brother served, I think he did 4 or 5 years. And so I don't know, it was weird. It was like it was natural. That's what I was supposed to do. That's what I was supposed to do. And because of my dad and his history that he explained to me about his history, and I said, and I'll be honest, I joined the Army to get out of Sierra Vista, Arizona, 520. I'll tell you, I'll be honest. I knew I was serving my country because I was an ROTC in high school. And once I realized, I was like, no, college, I can't go to college right now. Let me go ahead and join the service. And, and then when I was deployed, that's when I realized I was doing something that's bigger than myself. That's when I'm like, okay, now I know what we're doing. So,
right.
So I see Eddie said something about Sneaky G. Thoughts on Jim Fossil's passing?
Yeah, so I was just going to bring that up.
Thoughts and prayers go out to the family. I have great respect for Jim Fossil. I believe he's what led to Tom Coughlin and what led to Eli's illustrious career. But as far as Fossil and what he did for the organization, I mean, he took us to a Super Bowl in our dog days of hell, if you will, and he made Kerry Collins look like a genius. And I mean, especially during that NFC Championship game. So, yeah, it was yesterday and today and moving forward. It's a sad day, but
I love how you keep saying illustrious career of Eli Manning. Illustrious.
Because it's facts. That's why.
Oh, okay. He doesn't have a winning record, right?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
No, he don't.
Career-wise, he does.
He does not.
125 to 120. Thank you very much. Yes,
you're included the playoffs, I guess.
It's career, right? We're talking about career, yeah. So yes.
Let me see on the playoff side.
8-4. Really? You don't think I don't know that by heart? 8-4. But I'll wait.
It don't show. It's not even showing it on here. It's got 117 and 117.
Well, that's regular season.
Right.
You play the regular season.
Right? You know that, right?
Well, of course I know that. Well, why do you think I came up with 125 and 120? So, I mean.
121, you mean?
121, yes. But it's still a winning record. So, and that's.
Barely.
But to me.
Barely.
The record's cute. It's what his record is in the Super Bowl that matters to me, and which he's undefeated. So, like I said, illustrious.
Who was the quarterback that lost the Super Bowl for the
Kerry Collins? Kerry Collins.
Got you.
Phil Simms, 86.
Was Eli Manning hurt that
90?
year?
No, he wasn't in there yet.
No, he was. No. It was Phil Simms. 86, Hodstetler in 90. That was the season Phil Simms got hurt against in the Buffalo game. No, it was 90. And then we lost in 2000. And then 07 and 11, Eli.
All right.
And like Frankie says, the ring's what matters. Yes, Frankie, you and I, you know what? You're just my new best friend. But then you said no. Eli is even 500. No, well, I don't count regular season.
He doesn't count. He doesn't count regular season. Yeah,
nope. You got to count the career. You got to count the whole resume.
Well, how about all of those preseason games that he lost? They don't count them either, right?
Well, no. No. Oh, those preseason. Ugh.
How's he looking for your OTAs?
So actually, I mean, I'm keeping up because Keith checked me a couple weeks ago because I was like, I don't know what's going on. Last I heard, we're not participating. But no, apparently the team's looking good. A lot of rookies are coming together. The team's Judd. I didn't listen to Judd's speech, but very promising. Barkley was open about his surgery, and he's taking it day by day. My opinion.
You want to hear Judge's speech? Do you want to hear Judge's speech? I can tell you what he said.
Well, I know what he said. I know what he said. He said, we'll let the Philly game speak for itself. Yeah, you knew that was coming. but with Saquon, he's saying that he's not sure if he said he's hopeful that he's gonna be ready for week 1. And
what did he have surgery on?
His knee. I think it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Wow.
That's second time too.
Wow.
What did happen in Penn State the first time?
No, I thought this is the second time he had surgery on it. It's the other knee, but he did.
Oh no, his ankle was the last season when he was out a couple of days. He had a high ankle sprain.
Oh, there you go. That's what I count the most.
What about his 10-21 record against the Eagles? Do we count that? Well, I mean, it's in the career record, But like I said, you guys can have that 10-21 because let's just say for giggles, he went 11-20 and he only had one Super Bowl. I'll let you have that win to whatever make you guys feel better because oh, you're lucky I don't have them with me right now. They're in the bedroom. Damn it. Hold on. Sierra, can you bring me the 2007 and the 2011 New York Giants Super Bowl rings? The 2 Eli won in his illustrious career.
He stunk. Eli stunk. P.U.
Now you can't just go in the.
That's right. No, she can't do it. She ain't listening to you because she ain't
Go
interested.
get my damn rings.
Right. She
Open the door slowly.
Go get the rings. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Open the door slowly.
Slowly.
You're gonna wake up the wife. You're gonna wake up the wife.
No,
She's gonna be coming down with fire in her eyes.
She's not asleep, but they go in that room for like, should I wear this pink shirt or this purple shirt? I don't know. But then when I say go in there, I can't go in there. She did. Bullshit. See, I'm calling bullshit on that too. I'm throwing bullshit around like I'm Oprah.
It's Wednesday.
Right. Blue, how do you think the Cowboys will look this season with Dak back under center? I'm going to say something about that. But go ahead.
Oh, they're going to right now with the OTAs, the mini OTAs we got everyone back. That's a great thing. I think honestly we're going to win the NFC East with what we've got. Our defense is going to improve. I'm just telling you what I know. We will be beating the Jacks. We will be beating the Eagles.
That ain't happening.
You need
not happening.
to say no.
That is definitely not happening.
Put that
why you beat the Eagles? Because I am the reason why you ain't going to be beating the Eagles.
Yeah,
we're going down there full force Monday Night Football. That's right.
The one with the 3 Lombardi trophies on there with my name on it. Yeah, that one too, honey.
Look, here's the thing. Dak Prescott is going to just roll with what he's got. He ain't got to worry about no money. He ain't got to worry about how
he's getting 175. Was it 175 mil this year?
71.
He got to worry about no money. What?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he ain't got to worry about no money. So all that pressure.
Along with the endorsements for that, what's that? Sleep Rest or Beauty Sleep or whatever it is. He's got the mattress commercials.
Who's that?
He does mattress commercials.
Yeah, the Sleep Number. Oh, and Pepsi, and the what the hell is that other one? Whatever that Oko's dope. Whatever. But anyways, no, what he's got going on this year, everyone's buying in. He's got the offense.
The
film that I'm seeing from him throwing the ball, he's back to normal. He's working out. He's not doing his drills. I think we're going to be good this year. I think we got our offensive line back. We've got our offensive rolling. I think with Quinn, I'm telling you, Quinn's going to make all the difference on our defensive side. Who got muted?
I know it burns. Oh, I know it burns.
Oh, he took him off the camera.
So, what I want to say about Dak, and I'm not going to throw a slight at him. I'm just going to tell you what I saw today on the news. So one thing I will say about Dak, he is sick and tired of being asked about his ankle.
Oh,
In the press conference, he's like, "I just want to move forward. I want to move on. Foot's good. I'm ready. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready. I'm ready. Just
yeah.
That's exactly how the commentator for the local news presented, the whole.
You want to hear exactly what he
scenario.
said? Do you want to hear exactly what he said? Everybody knows here how I feel about this country.
I wish Dak would.
I did have some. I did have a good. What was it yesterday? Micah Parsons, and he challenged our guy Coop to a chess match, a literal chess match.
Who? Dak and
No. Micah Parsons and Coop.
okay.
Yeah, so he actually challenged him to a game of chess, and lo and behold, Micah was pretty surprised on how well he lost.
Well, he lost.
Yeah.
What do you get? What do you get? Like eight.
He challenged Coop, and he was just like, "Whoa, this guy came here to play."
And the funny thing about it, that game was not free either. Somebody was paying something.
Somebody's paying something. It might be a friendly challenge, but somebody walked away.
Yeah, well, it's friendly at $5,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shoot.
So, do you think Zeke takes another step back this year? Zeke.
No, he's with our offensive line going. I think he's going to be more. Even though we've got the 3 receivers, that's what's going to open up the pass game for us. He'll have over 1,000 yards, 1,500 yards easy.
1,500 yards?
I mean, with 17 games.
Hold on. I'll throw $5,000 on that.
You don't think he'll get 15?
No. Not 1,500 yards.
I mean, I'm a Giants fan, so I mean, I would I'd be like,
and I'm not even trying to talk smack like that. Like that, 1,500 yards is a lot of yards at his age. And I'm telling you, I mean, from what I saw last year, I would put $5,000 on that.
Yeah,
and I might be sweating it. I might be sweating, especially because there's 17 games this year.
Yeah, well, the thing is, he didn't have his offensive line last year. He didn't have his quarterback last year.
I tell you, the quarterback, I'm glad that he's going to be back there because I feel like just again, this is one of these situations that the moment he steps on the field, he wins comeback player of the year. So I assume that that's going to actually happen because of how bad the injury was. So I'm happy to go back there and see him out there.
I will say the reason why I don't think he would run 1,500 yards this year is the defense is still suspect. That you guys are going to be playing behind in, I'm not going to say majority of the games, but I'll say some. I'll be nice. Some of the games to where you guys are going to, I do believe you're going to be throwing a lot more than running. But 1,000 yards, maybe 1,100, maybe 1,200 yards.
Right, that's what I think. 1,100. Because you also got a backup. You got a backup running back who's got a lot more speed and can cut on a dime.
Yeah, but he's being thrown out in the slot now.
Why? You got CD Lamb. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. So you have Cooper and Gallup as wideouts, right?
Yep.
And then you have CD in the slot, and then you guys have a decent tight end. I can't remember his name right now.
We got Wilson still on the outside.
Right. Yeah. I mean.
And then we got Brown still.
Would he really be put out in the slot? Oh, that's right. Yeah, and you guys have our old offensive coordinator, McAdoo.
Well, he's coming in. He's coming in as he's not on the field. He's not in on the field. He's just.
That's right. That's right.
Then, like I said, I think that they're going to need to run the ball more because I think they're not, especially early in the season, not to test the leg. They're not going to want to test Dak's leg.
Oh, I never wanted to test it in the first place.
So well, no,
I
but
never, I
I'm
never,
saying that deliberately, like that they're gonna. I mean, I would be nervous to see him out there initially. You don't want him, you know, getting sacked. You don't want them going after his legs. You know what I mean? It's just that's you want him to work in there, and I have a feeling that it's going to take him the better part of the year to get comfortable. And
Right.
that's just what happens. You got to be able to trust your leg again. You know what I mean? And that's
I think the trust is there. I think with everything that's going on, like he said, he's ready to move on from that.
Triple.
I'm just going from what reports are being said.
Have you played football? You played football growing up, right? Jamie, you played football too, right?
I have.
I'll admit, when I had my first concussion and I came back to the game, like that first game back, you need that one hit to kind of wake you up. But you are going to be kind of, I don't want to say gun shy. I mean, I don't want to say gun shy, but it's like I want to say, because I played quarterback in high school, and I held on to the ball. I mean, I remember there was one series I got sacked. I got sacked first down because they wanted to do. We did a 5-step. I hand the ball off, and then on the third down we did a screen. And on the screen, that's where I kind of like. I mean, the sack woke me up, but then I slowly developed the rhythm. But I wouldn't be surprised if he, it took him a minute to kind of get back into things. I don't see him running out of the pocket as much this year. If I don't want to say if any, but I really don't see him.
He's slimmed down. He's actually slimmed down. He's lost a little weight, but it's turned into muscle.
Right.
And I also believe that this year you're going to see him, and I think it's just a byproduct that he'll wind up having a less completion percentage because he'll throw the ball away a lot more and a lot faster. Again, that's going to be a byproduct just to make sure that he doesn't get hit. So I would think that that's going to happen some. Again, I mean, I'm trying to act like Kreskin here, like I know I could foresee the future. So I'm not going to be, I just know this is what happens. This is what happens. You know what I mean? With every other quarterback has dealt that had these types of injuries. Like whether it's an MCL or like an ACL and stuff like that, and come back usually takes a full year to get yourself back in the swing of things. So I can imagine that he's raring to go because it's been over a year and it's probably been the longest he's been out of football.
Yeah.
So the mind is raring to go. The body is a different story, though. You know what I mean? And that's going to be the hard part. But hey, listen, that's why they don't pay me a lot of money to be the doctor.
Hey, I'm just going with what reports are saying. I'm glad that he's.
Do you want to know exactly what they said? Here's exactly. Everybody knows how I feel about this country.
I wish he would. I wish he would.
Yeah, I mean, some of the highlight films that I've seen from my guys, man, it's just awesome. It's good football. No pads, of course, no pads. But the way they're diving around, going for that ball, what he's doing behind the pocket, I'm happy. I can't wait for them to have their pads on.
So I'm looking. If you guys can remember, in 2008, Tom Brady had that ACL. All right. Now I know it's not as I mean it's an injury, a season injury, but it's not. He didn't break his ankle. I'm sorry.
It was a nasty hit when the guy came over the top of the line.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and it hit his knee. And Brady came back. I don't want to say a typical Brady, but he had 65% completions. He threw for 28 touchdown passes, 13 picks, and his completion percentage. I already said that, 65. But and the team went 10-6. Let me see. Yeah, they won. Well, they are in the AFC East, so of course they won the division with a 10-6 record. And I don't. Let's see. Let me see the playoff.
They got beat by the Jets. Didn't
Yeah.
Sanchez go to the conference final, to the conference game?
Sanchez.
Yeah, they played against the Colts. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that was yeah, 07. Yeah. Well, oh, wait. That was the year
Manning.
no, was that Manning or was that Breeze? No, that was Breeze. It was Breeze that won it that year.
yeah.
Against Manning?
Yeah. Oh no, the Patriots lost to Baltimore that year in the wild card game in New England. Mm-hmm. No, not in Baltimore, in New England, because they won their division. And
round, we lost to the Jets. That's coming
Division
from
round.
Frankie. That's coming from Frankie, who is a Patriots fan.
There you go.
No, Frankie, no. No, in the division round.
Look at Danny. And look at Danny. See, now Danny is one of your Giants fans. He's been following me for a long time. And he says that we could do ESPN morning show on ESPN.
Hey, don't tell us. Tell them.
That's exactly correct.
Yeah, no. The Jets played the Chargers in the division round and beat them 17-14. And the other AFC game, AFC division
The
game
09 season is when he came back from the injury.
Yes, that is the 09 season when yes, that is true. And then
yeah, I still remember that play vivid. That guy just came over the top of the offensive line and just helmet to knee, and he just snapped back.
And then what did the NFL do? Change the rules.
So, but think about that. Like, so the difference between you telling those numbers about Brady is that Brady was never mobile. He was never a mobile quarterback.
Right.
The better idea would be to show, like McNabb, or like even going further back. You could like, and I'm just talking about our quarterbacks. With Randall Cunningham.
I was gonna say, didn't Randall Cunningham suffer? And he was never the same. Yeah, he was never the same. Theismann, he retired. Even Bridgewater came back, and and then Wentz didn't. I mean, Wentz had an injury and was never the same after.
Right.
I don't know. I'm listening to what the man says. He says he's good to go, so that's what I'm going to go by.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, obviously he's going to say whatever he wants to say, but that's when, the games are going to dictate themselves. You know what I mean? And there you go, RG3, another one.
Oh yeah, that was. But I think he was just utilized incorrectly.
Big time.
I mean, there's games he shouldn't have been in there.
He shouldn't have been in that Washington game when he was playing.
No.
That knee just.
That just. Oh. I could hear it crack through the television.
That's an ugly sound.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ugly sounds.
Yeah. But it's just one of those things. Of course, injury is going to live in the back of your head, as we all know. But you got to play ball.
So, okay, I'm back on whoever else, because what's his name? Dak was not the only person injured in the East Division. Shit. Barkley was also injured, and the headline.
That surprised me when you said he had knee surgery.
Yeah. So he said New York Giants running back, which is off of ESPN.com. I'm reading it. It's not my stuff. New York Giants running back Saquon Barkley doing well in ACL rehab, unsure of status for start of season. New York Giants running back Saquon Barkley. Now onto the article written by Jordan. Oh boy, Renan.
Renan.
Yeah, Renan. Yes, RAANAAAAAAN. Okay, I spelled his name wrong. I'm gonna give it RAANAN. East Rutherford, New York Giants running back Saquon Barkley says he's doing well in his rehab, but won't put a timeline on his return or provide any public assurance that he will be back for the start of the new season. I call that smart.
Well, you go back to last year.
You want to know exactly what he said? Everyone here knows how I feel about this country.
Well, you go back to last year.
I wish he would. I wish he would.
You know, it was this past year when you know, the health reports were coming out, and it was mandatory that the teams had to put out where their player status was, whether, you know, it was rehab, the injuries. They had to let everybody know in advance, weeks out. So this isn't a bad, you know, depending on when he had the surgery.
Oh, he had it like the week after. I mean, after, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a year process. So
yeah.
And that kid, he is all about his knee. I mean, that kid's a hell of a runner, and that's all he does is he needs that knee in order to move.
If you see his workouts right now, it's ridiculous. I mean, for me, okay, I will say I believe he's going to be ready. From what I've seen,
I hope so.
The workout that he's done, I mean, you cannot see what you're seeing and not think he's going to be ready. But I'm not Saquon. You know, I don't know how, you know, of course, I don't know how his body is. He knows his body better than anybody. So I'll take his word for it. But I think
I hope and pray that everybody's back 100%. Because when the Eagles smack down this division, then we know that you guys had your best against ours, and we won. And we won the division.
That's exactly what I want. I want the best. I want to play the best. I want to be the best. I want it to go head to head, and then, hey, walk away and drink a beer.
If the Eagles win the division, Jesus is coming back, because that's that kind of help you need.
All right.
Matter of fact,
I tell you, I'm going to clip this out as we're ahead.
Matter of fact, this is what Jesus said. You guys know how I feel about this country. No, let me stop.
I wish you would.
Oh man.
Awesome. God. So, if you wouldn't mind, Danny, see, I'm saying Danny, Jamie, put up Danny's post, which is interesting. I know we talked a little bit about it. When was the last running back came back strong with a knee injury? I think it was Clinton Portis was one of them. Yes, Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson
was the person I thought
was the next. Yeah, right off the bat.
Came back way stronger.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And so he was the first one to start with the nitrogen tanks.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that part of the healing process, where that sub-zero healing process, really, that's when they learned all about that stuff. So he was the first one to kind of go through that. I got to imagine that both Dak and Saquon are doing exactly that. You know, that they are doing that nitrogen, rehab. You know what I mean? Because it helps repair all that stuff much faster. It's supposed to cut times in about half, or maybe even into a third.
The Star in Frisco is top of the line facility for health hip rehab. I mean, the equipment that's in there is just the treadmill that starts above ground and then works its way down underwater.
I know there was one Ohio State wide receiver that ended up going to the Colts, and he slept in like this oxygen
hyperbaric chamber.
Yeah. He slept in it during the season because it improved his play. The things players come up with.
Yeah, they're portable bags now.
Oh my God! It's just it was like he was living in a bubble. Like it was something that covered his bed. Yeah. And it was like pumping in oxygen, and I'm like, shit.
Yeah, they have them now that they're portable, and they're expensive, but yeah, they pack them up and take them with them to the hotel. And Whole 9 yards.
Well,
man.
and you over oxygenate your blood, which is not a bad thing to do.
No.
Yeah, I mean they have. I mean, I learned a little, I guess earlier this week that a hydrogen peroxide actually is you could have edible grade hydrogen peroxide, and it will help oxygenate your blood, which could help deal with injuries and things of that nature. And you never think about drinking hydrogen peroxide. You put that on the cut. But they actually have it so that you can use that type of stuff. Obviously, the hydrogen peroxide you're putting on your cut is not, not ingestible. You can't ingest that. But
now you got to think about the injections that they have.
Oh yeah,
stem cell.
But you got to make sure you have the right doctor to do it.
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, what happened at Tyrod? I mean, really, that was so unfortunate. Yeah. But now, from what I'm hearing, he's in Houston now, and he might be their starter. From what I'm hearing,
maybe, who knows?
Yeah.
So, but anyways, I mean, this hour went fast. It went really quick. And I just got something. Just I have something myself that I want to end this with. Everybody knows how I feel about this country.
Jamie, I wish you would. I
just did. Hey, listen, again, this hour really did go by fast. Please subscribe to all of our channels here at YouTube. And I am definitely doing a YouTube push. So if you're not part of my YouTube channel, go subscribe to it now. I am trying to get over 1,000 people following me on YouTube. Definitely make sure to give one to Sneaky as well at Drew Blue. I don't know if he's got a YouTube, but you can definitely follow him on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all those other places. And definitely follow the Northeast Streaming Sports. Watch Zodiac TV. We got a lot of great shows on this as well. We only get 1 hour. We could probably do this for 4 and 5 hours. But,
easy.
But Danny, you could go sip through a straw, something. Because the Sixers ain't going down to Atlanta, not even a little bit. And then we'll be spanking Brooklyn next. So
I wonder what that was about.
That's gonna be a good series. I'm actually looking for. I mean, if you guys make it, that'd be a good series.
Yeah, I actually thought that Dallas was going to have a shot up against the Clippers.
I was surprised that they didn't win Game 6, and it was at home. Yeah.
But they limited the capacity inside Dallas. I couldn't understand that.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I was.
I don't know if it was NBA saying you can't have a fair advantage that way, or.
I'm a Nuggets fan. No. Yeah, I don't think it had anything to do with that. I mean, I was at the Sixers game.
But that's
people
what I'm
said
saying.
They saw me.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It was one of those things where the Clippers weren't allowed that many fans, and when it got to Dallas, I mean, we're open season there. The fans weren't there, and it's not like the fans didn't want to show up. You just look. I
guess somebody cried a little bit.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know how those basketball players are. They whine about whatever.
I don't know. Not my cup of tea.
So, all right, guys. Well, listen, we appreciate everybody who's following us. Definitely check us out again next week, where I talk about how the Eagles are just going to smack down both the Giants, the Cowboys, and the Redskins and go 11-6 this season.
And I'm going to tell you to stop smoking crack.
No, that's your boy LT.
I mean, yeah, I can't.
But he did say I did hear him say this. Everybody knows how I feel about this country.
I wish LT would. I wish he would.
Hey,
wait,
everybody.
He was smoking it with Chris Carter. You know that, right? And Irving at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we got to stop that.
Exactly. Everybody, have a great night, and we'll see you again next Wednesday. Go Birds!